It's the hottest afternoon of the summer. Your air conditioner quits sometime after lunch, and there's a man at your kitchen table sliding a tablet across to you with a number on it. $12,000, maybe $15,000. And an hour ago, you thought you had a small repair. Here's the part nobody tells you. You did not land on that number by accident. You got walked there, one sentence at a time. I spent 25 years in this trade, working for the same companies that train people to walk you there, and I sat in the Monday morning meetings where the walk got taught. So today, I'm going to hand you the 5 sentences a salesman says right before he quotes you $12,000, what each one is really doing, and the one piece of math that settles every single one of them. Let's get into it. First thing to understand is that the cheap visit was never the product. That $39 or $49 or $89 service call does not cover the fuel and the insurance and the hours on that van. It runs at a loss on purpose. It's bait. The product, the thing that pays for all of it, is a whole new system sitting in your driveway. And the trade changed underneath your feet. Over the last few years, Wall Street money bought up local heating and air companies by the hundred. Almost 150 of them got bought in a single year. When that happens, the office gets a number it has to hit, and the friendly tech in your basement quietly becomes a commissioned salesman, paid more the bigger your problem turns out to be. Now hear me on this. The person kneeling by your unit is usually not the bad guy. He's got a quota taped to his dashboard. The thing that put it there is the bad guy. So when you hear one of these 5 sentences, you are not hearing a diagnosis. You're hearing a script. Before I get to the first one, quick thing. I put the whole playbook, every number I'm about to give you, and the exact words to say back into a short guide called the AC Survival Playbook. It's over at raydutton.com. Grab it if you want it. It's there. All right. Keep one number in your head the whole way through this. Take the age of your system in years and multiply it by the honest price of the repair. If that lands over 5,000, replacing starts to make real sense. If it lands under 5,000, you fix it and you keep your money. Age times repair, 5,000. Write it on the fridge. Now, the 5 sentences. Sentence 1. That system's 12, 15 years old. You're just throwing money at it. It's not worth fixing anymore. You'll hear this one first almost every time because it ends the repair conversation before it can start. Why that sentence and why the age? Because 10 years is right about when your factory parts warranty runs out. The day that warranty dies, the company is free to quote you whatever it likes on parts, and a part that should have been covered suddenly costs you $600. Age gets used like a diagnosis, but age is a risk, not a verdict. A 15-year-old unit that needs a fan motor is a $300 to $600 afternoon. That same unit, sold to you as a teardown, comes back at $8,000 to $12,000. Run it through the number. 15 years times a $400 motor is $6,000. That one's close, so you get a second set of eyes on it. But you do not approve a new system just because a man told you your unit is old. Here's what you say back. Write down the exact part that failed, the test that proves it failed, and the price to fix that part alone. I'll decide on replacement after I've got 2 written bids in my hand. When is that sentence fair? When the thing that broke is a big one, a leaking coil, a dead compressor on an old unit, and the fix creeps up near half the price of a new system. Then age actually counts. Any other time, it's just the opener. Sentence 2. You can't just replace the outside unit. Federal law says it has to be a matched system, so we've got to do the coil and the furnace too. That word, matched, is doing a lot of quiet work. There's a grain of truth in it. Your indoor and outdoor equipment are rated to run together at a certain efficiency, and bolting mismatched parts together can cost you performance. But matched does not mean replace every box in the house, and it is flat not illegal to change just one. Plenty of outdoor units are built to run with the coil you already own. What that one sentence does is turn a $4,000 outdoor swap into a $14,000 everything swap, because a full system pays the crew a lot more than a single unit does, and it's easier to drop in than it is to match to what you've got. So make him show his work. Tell him, show me the certificate that says no compatible unit exists for my coil, and show me the federal code you're quoting, in writing. He won't have it because it isn't there. Then quote me the outside unit alone, the unit plus coil, and the whole system as 3 separate prices. When is it real? When your indoor and outdoor sides genuinely can't run together, when your coil is discontinued, or when you're moving up to the newer refrigerant and the old parts truly won't take it. That's a real bridge you can't cross halfway. But that's a specific reason, not a blanket rule barked at your kitchen table. If this is already saving you a phone call you were about to make, do me a favor and subscribe. It helps the next person find it before the tech is standing in their kitchen. All right, sentence 3. Sentence 3, and this is the one that gets the most people. He finds a refrigerant leak, and he says, to find it, seal it, and recharge you, it's $3,500, and honestly, that's just a Band-Aid on a dying system. But for only $120 a month, I can put you in a brand new one tomorrow. Now watch what he just did, because it's 2 tricks stacked on top of each other. First trick. That $3,500 repair is padded, every piece of it. A 20-minute leak search gets billed at $600. Refrigerant that costs a few dollars a pound at the supply house gets charged at $200 a pound. A real leak repair, find it, seal it, recharge it, the whole job should run you $800 to $1,500 all in, and he stacks it up until it reads $3,500 on purpose so that fixing it looks foolish next to a new unit. Second trick. Once the repair sounds dumb, he stops saying $15,000 out loud. He says $120 a month. And that number feels small, right up until you do the math and see it's 10 years of payments with interest on a machine that starts losing value the day it's bolted to your slab. So you take his own trick away from him. You tell him, forget the new system. Give me the cash price to fix this one leak by itself. Then you carry that number to 2 other companies. Never let a man compare his repair to his own replacement. That's a race he built to win. When is the pivot honest? When the repair really is most of the cost of a new unit and you genuinely don't have the cash on hand and your power company is handing out real zero-interest money for an upgrade. That happens. But that's your math to run at your own table, not his to run for you with a payment button. Sentence 4. Your compressor's shot. It's the heart of the system, and when the heart goes, the whole thing goes. A dead compressor sounds final, and sometimes it truly is. But a compressor is a high-dollar call, which is exactly why it gets reached for fast, and a good share of the time, the thing that's actually wrong is smaller and cheaper. A $10 capacitor going bad can make a perfectly healthy compressor look stone dead, and that's the part I already showed you how to test yourself, so I won't walk it again here. But before anybody buries your whole system, make him prove the compressor is really the problem. Show me the meter reading where the windings are shorted to the case, or the locked rotor amps that say it's seized. A real diagnosis has a number behind it, not a shrug and a quote. Now here's the whole game in one line. If your system is under 10 years old, that compressor is almost always still under warranty. That means the part is free from the manufacturer, and your bill is labor. $800 to $1,200, and you keep your system. Let him talk you into a full swap instead, and you just paid $9,000 to $12,000 for a part you'd have gotten for nothing. Same broken compressor, same words out of his mouth. The only thing that decides whether you spend $1,000 or $12,000 is the age of that unit and whether the part is under warranty. So before you sign one thing, you ask him one thing. Is this part still under warranty, yes or no? Make him answer it out loud. Sentence 5, and they save this one for the winter because it's the one that skips your wallet and goes straight at your family. I found a crack in your heat exchanger. It's leaking carbon monoxide into your home. By law, I have to shut this furnace off right now, tonight, for your safety. Now stop, because this one is different. A cracked heat exchanger is a real danger. Carbon monoxide is real, and it can genuinely hurt the people in your house. That is exactly why it's the perfect close. Fear moves faster than any price ever could, and a furnace shut off in January guarantees a same-day sale. So it gets pushed hard, and a little surface rust, a normal seam, a scratch, gets called a deadly crack. This is not me guessing. Attorneys general have hauled companies into court over faked carbon monoxide scares and bad red tags. So you don't argue and you don't panic. You ask for proof out loud. Before you shut anything off, show me the crack on your camera, on the screen, and show me the carbon monoxide reading on your meter, the real number in the air. If it's true, he can show you in 2 minutes, and then you listen because it's your family. But even then, here's what he won't mention. Heat exchangers often carry a 20-year or a lifetime warranty, so a real one is a labor job, $1,500 to $2,000, not the $9,000 to $15,000 for a whole new furnace he's about to quote. A real danger and an honest fix can live in the same house. Just make him prove the danger before you pay for the fix. Now there's one more line that floats around all 5, and it's the one that gets smart people because it sounds responsible. This new high-efficiency system will pay for itself in energy savings. All right, let's do the arithmetic they skip on the tablet. Say you spend $150 a month running the air across a 4-month summer. That's $600 a year in cooling. A strong, new, high-efficiency unit might shave 40% off that, so call it $240 a year saved. Now set that against a $14,000 system. $14,000 divided by 240 is a 58-year payback. Your new unit is worn out in 15, maybe 20. It will be scrapped for 40 years before it ever breaks even on the power bill. A quieter, more comfortable house is a perfectly good reason to buy one. Paying for itself is not. So here's where all of this lands, and it's simpler than anything on his tablet. Age of the unit times the honest repair price. Over $5,000, replacing is reasonable. Under $5,000, you repair. 2 things sit on top of that rule and beat it every time. If your system is under 10 years old, you almost always repair. And if the broken part is under warranty, you repair, no matter how hard he leans on you. And look, I'm not telling you every big quote is a crook. Sometimes the unit really is finished, and replacing it is the right and honest call. A good company hands you the proof before you even ask, and never once reaches for a payment button to rush you. All you're doing is forcing every one of these 5 sentences back into writing. The part that failed, the test that proves it, the repair-only price, 2 other bids. And if a salesman came into your home and pressured you into signing a contract, federal law gives you 3 days to walk it back in writing, no penalty. It's called the cooling off rule, and it covers just about any deal you sign in your own house, since it kicks in on anything over about $25. Use it. You walked in thinking the person at your table was a mechanic, A lot of them still are. But some of them show up as salesmen with a wrench for a costume. And now you can hear the 5 sentences that give them away, and you've got the one number that ends it on your terms. Make them put the proof and the repair price in writing every single time. I want to hear about it. Tell me the biggest number anybody has ever handed you for your air conditioner and what it actually turned out to be. I read every one. I'm Ray Dutton. Keep your cool, and I'll see you in the next one.